just behind me is the famous Cannon Rock here in Lynn, Massachusetts. It's also called Phaeton Rock, and in 1859 it was noted by Henry James, who was actually the first director of the Smithsonian, that it was actually a glacial erratic that just landed here, but somehow it landed on these smaller rocks underneath it which keep it in place. But if you look carefully, you can see that it really does hang off the edge here quite dramatically, almost like I'll show you in a moment, and it just looks like it's going to fall off. So someone's in their, best interest probably of their home that's below it down there, has actually put concrete around the three boulders, the very small rocks that are holding it up, so just to maintain its integrity. But in 1859 it was noted and recorded as an ancient Native American site. But even the Smithsonian then, the first director said that, it's natural, but it doesn't look natural to me. It looks like it's been lodged into place, lifted onto these rocks, probably for a piezoelectrical effect. It could also have a geodetic significance of where it is. It's not too far from the ocean, just a few miles, and it could have been part of an ancient trail of the Native Americans. And not too far from here, in a place called Saugus, it's in this swampy area, they found a skeleton, a giant skeleton, which we're featuring in our book Giants on Record with Jim Vieira. So they could have been involved in it. It is like a dolmen, and we know that going way back, the dolmens and giants are connected. So maybe the same thing happening here in North America, here in Massachusetts. So you can just see underneath it here, this is one of the smaller rocks that's holding it up, and they put concrete, they put some plastic kind of rim around it to keep it there. They've obviously added wood as well, but originally this would have been freestanding. You can actually see that it's hanging off the edge there, just, oh my god. So just under there on the left, you can see the first small rock it's staying on. Just under there, if you zoom in a little bit, that looks like where the other rock is. You can see it. So that's the second rock that's holding it up. So I'm sure it was safely staying up itself, but when you've got your home just below it, just down there, another one there, you can clearly see that there's a reason to keep it safe, just in case a little earthquake happens and knocks it over onto your house. So here's just a view from underneath it, and you can see again where the two small rocks that have been hoisted up, keep it safe, concreted in, protecting the greater rock here. Very, very interesting. This is delicately poised, really does lean right over the edge. So it's a very well balanced rock, and although the name's Cannon Rock, it also used to be called Phaeton Rock because we're at the end of Phaeton Rock Road. I can see why they might call it a Cannon Rock. It's probably a modern name, obviously, because it just leans over the edge like a cannon would, pointing away from this area towards the coast. This is just a view facing south. You can see the way they've kind of fixed it all up. So we're just round the back end of Cannon Rock, and you can just see here again, this is the third stone that's holding it up. Obviously that was quite a boulder in itself, but this has definitely been placed here. It's not just a random occurrence. It looks like there's something going on. It's a very interesting, obviously it's like a glacial erratic, or it's just a lump of rock from this area, but you can see they've certainly been placed, and it points south. That's the direction it's pointing in, so it's almost aligned perfectly, if you can say that, north, south, east, west, which could be a bit of cut stone. Looks like it's got some kind of markings on it. Whether that's cut stone, whether that's just natural, we don't know, but it's very interesting. So this is just like one of many ancient balanced rocks here in North America. There are more examples actually around Massachusetts itself, but this one's really interesting. It's very different to North Salem Dolmen in New York State, which is clearly looks like a proper dolmen. It's been aligned, it's placed on a magnetic anomaly and so forth. We look for magnetic fluctuations here, but haven't really found too much. The whole area is kind of very granite, so you're probably going to get certain aspects piezoelectrical effect anyway. But it's just a fascinating site. It's just another Native American, or probably much older, sort of sacred site, marker point, one of many all over North America, and well worth a visit if you're anywhere near Massachusetts. It's only sort of half an hour north at Lowell, Massachusetts, not far from the coast. Yeah, it's well worth a visit. If you keep heading north, you get towards New Hampshire and America's Stonehenge or Mystery Hill, and many other places. So this is just one of many very interesting sites in this whole kind of New England area that could be linked with the giants, or it could be a Native American site, or it could be a bit of both.